All right, to continue the installation, right now we've removed the instrument from its shipping container. We've removed the monitor out of the shipping box. We've taken off the bubble wrap. And we've also removed the major components out of the accessory box. So what we're going to do here is we're going to install the monitor. For this, you're just going to need a standard Phillips head screwdriver. There are 4 screws that are inside of your accessory box. Actually, they might be connected to the back of your monitor, so just go ahead and remove those. And to start with, what we do is we orient the support on the back of the monitor so that it's nice and level. We're going to install the monitor on the top here. And if you notice, there are 2 sets of holes on this platform, this supporting platform, and the holes that we're going to use are the 4 on the middle, okay? So pick up your monitor very carefully. Make sure that the bottom of the monitor is oriented towards the front of the instrument, and very carefully place the monitor centered over the support on the instrument. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to finger tighten these screws. And I usually start with the opposing ones. So just wiggle it around until the threads grab. There's one. And then we're going to go to the other side. Once you've got the first one done, it makes it a little bit easier. Get the thread started. And after that, it's going to become much easier. So I've got 3. And then in the back here, we've got a 4th. Once you've got your 4 screws started, go ahead and tighten them. Does not need to be super tight. Finger tighten is fine. And go back over the ones that you had started and make sure that all 4 screws are tight. All right, so we've got the monitor securely onto the support. While it is in this position, I find it easiest to connect the cables, okay? So there are a couple of cables that will be going through the support here, one of which is an A connector off of a USB, and this is used to connect the computer on the instrument to the touch screen so that the touch screen operates properly. And if you look on the inside, you're going to see that the USB connector is over here, looking from the camera side on the left-hand side, and it just plugs in directly there. There's also a VGA monitor connector. It's a D shape. The smaller end is at the top. So this connector is going to plug in right there. The final connection is a power connection. And you've got a power cord. This is an earlier monitor style, so it's just a direct connector. If you do have a new monitor, again, it might have a transformer brick inside in line, but this will connect in, and you can see that the power connector is right here. So we're going to connect that in. We've got 3 connections. We've got the signal, we've got the USB, and we've got the power. And then we can just rotate this monitor in place, and the monitor itself is ready to go. Final connection for the monitor is the VGA connector. It goes into this lower connector on the side of the instrument. So if you connect the VGA connector and then just finger tighten the knurled screws to keep it in place. Okay, So the instrument itself is set up. We've got finally to connect the power. This is the power connector that came with the monitor. I'm just going to plug it into a power strip here. And the second power cord that comes with your instrument is for the instrument itself. And if I look at the back here, there is a D-shaped power connector right there over on the side. So I'm going to plug my D connector into the side here, and I'm going to plug that also into a power strip. In this laboratory, we've got pretty good conditioned power. If you're in a situation where you've got power fluctuations, you've got brownouts, you've got frequent storms, we would highly recommend that you've got some sort of a surge connector or a power conditioner on your line just to protect the instrument. But we're in a laboratory setting right now, and this building has very good power, so we're just using a standard power strip. Okay. Going to turn the instrument over to the side. The final connections that you're going to want to make when you're installing an instrument is installing a keyboard and a mouse. The keyboard and the mouse are necessary for doing your initial setup of the instrument. Once you've got the instrument set up and configured, you can operate the instrument entirely with the touch screen. So at that point, you might want to disconnect the keyboard and the mouse. I usually wrap it around the back. Both the keyboard and the mouse are just standard USB connections. Just keep the cables nice and neat. I go across the back, and now we are all set up. So right now we are ready to power on the instrument and go into that part of our installation.